Hey, how's it going, guys? So today I'm reviewing the Blue Ember by Blue. It's actually a really pretty well reviewed microphone. It's a little older. Made in 2019, but the reason I'm making this video is I realized no one uses this thing. No one buys it. This is the box it comes in. First thing you'll see when you open it is it has this thing, that little thing, so you talk into it this way. It's a very bare bones microphone. It comes with a mount and the microphone. So it talks into it right here. It's actually a really nice looking microphone. It's heavy too. It's somewhat on the funny side. So you talk into it like this, and where it has the little blue logo, has some good weight to it. Color's nice. And then this mount it comes with, it's actually really heavy, all metal. It's made in China, and all in all, it's a pretty decent microphone. So we'll go ahead and see how it sounds and run through it. But the one thing why I'm making this video is because I realized no one buys this microphone, and I really had to think about the reasons why no one buys it. And there's some funny reasons and then some not so funny reasons. So let's go and see how it sounds, then run through some specs on it, and then kind of talk about why no one uses this microphone. All right, so here's the microphone. This is what it sounds like. It actually requires a lot more gain than I thought it would for most condensers. Usually the halfway mark works. This for my Focusrite 4i4 3rd gen, actually about 75%. Anyways, this microphone used to retail for $100, and for $100 it was decent. There are some quirks to it that I'll go over, but as far as it sounds pretty good. You can hear it has a little bit of boost in the top end, as well as in the low end, and then pretty neutral mids, which is kind of cool. It can definitely work for a lot of applications for that. And when you get close to it, you can get a very boomy proximity effect. In fact, I think it's almost too boomy. As you can hear, it goes up quite a bit when you get close to it. So having it farther back though, perfectly fine. In the $100 price range, given the build quality of it, I'd say it does fare well like the SC Electronics B7. I mean, they both feel very sturdy. The grill's good, but it does have its drawbacks for being a $100 microphone. Like it barely has any give to it as far as the grill go, but it does suffer from plosives like Peter Piper picked a pick of pickled peppers. And then it does have a little bit of handling noise, as you can hear. So you'd probably need a shock mount as well as a pop filter. As far as off-axis coloration goes, it's not too bad. Like you can see when I turn it at the 90-degree angle, you can see it does drop off a little bit. It does kind of sound a little bad. And then the back end obviously is no good. So going back around to the front. So keeping it, kind of moving it around, it does color it a little bit, but it's not the worst. So it's very usable. Has great reviews. As far as the specs goes, this is a cardio polar pattern, so it picks up in the front. It's a small diaphragm condenser, which is where it's non-large one with so large diaphragm condenser would be like the blue bottle, the baby blue bottle by Blue, which I reviewed. So you can see like the head on it's a lot bigger compared, and that's because the capsule in it. As far as it requires 40 volts of phantom power, being a condenser microphone, a small diaphragm condenser. Its frequency response is 38 hertz to 20 kilohertz. That is usually means it's more aimed towards vocal microphones, because vocal is doesn't go all the way down. I mean, a lot of people say it can go to 80, 50. That's why people throw on high pass filters to eliminate some of that low end rumble. And then let's see, sensitivity is 12 MVPA. So output is going to be, impedance is 48 ohms. Max SPL is 132 decibels. It's not bad. Signal to noise ratio is 73, also not bad. Self noise 19, A weighted, that's pretty good. Off axis color rejection is 12.8 decibels at 90 degrees, so it drops off about 12 decibels, which is so pretty good. So I can hear a little bit more of the room picked up because it is a condenser. So you would, a little bit of treatment, like I say in all my videos, always is good, but not required with this one. And then weight is almost a pound. And like most Blue microphones, this thing's made in China. So, what can I say about this? So there's really 4 reasons why people don't buy this microphone. You'll hear people review it. Like, you can look it up and people will review it. But then the big theme I realize is everybody says it's a good microphone, but no one uses it. So why is that? Well, this microphone was really interesting, and it was able to make both more professional, more savvy audio people dislike it. At the same time, people that are just general consumers, gamers, content creators that don't know a whole lot about audio, not like it as well, which is funny because it was more marketed for kind of gaming, podcasting, and then they realized that nobody liked it regardless. So let's start with the general consumer of why people don't buy this microphone. The first pretty funny reason is because it's a small diaphragm condenser. Small diaphragm condenser, also known as pencil condensers, they're very popular, and especially recording acoustic work as well as like booming overhead for movies. Because they don't have the out of phasing you'd get with shotgun microphones inside when it comes to bouncing, so it controls ambient noise a lot better. So why would people not like that? Well, when you don't know a lot about audio, the first thing you're going to think is, being my little lizard brain, is bigger is better. So would I rather go for a small or large diaphragm condenser? Probably a large, because it seems like it's bigger. It has more to offer me. Not saying there's doesn't. It sounds perfectly fine. The sound is just as big, but the problem is that I just think that. So because of that, the small diaphragm condenser was like, no. So super funny with that. So a lot of people just don't know because they use a small diaphragm condenser. Now, when it comes to the still funny but not so funny reason is it just doesn't look that good on camera. I've seen a lot of people try to like put it to the side here, try to do all this stuff, but because it also suffers from plosives, you have to have a big pop filter, especially if you want to take advantage of that like proximity effect. So you won't be able to see your mouth moving. You'll just have this big black circle. That's your pop filter covering it to help you from your plosives, which is that puffs of air that hit out. So kind of sucks. So because of that, the content creators don't want it because it's a small diaphragm condenser and it just doesn't look that great on camera. And I used to not think that made too big a deal, but even my computer chair is like red and black, and I color coordinate with my main microphone, my SE Electronics Dynacast. So I know that microphone looks do matter, especially making videos. Going on to the reasons why audiophiles don't like it, it comes back to it being a small diaphragm condenser again, but for a completely different reason. Small diaphragm condensers are known for their flat frequency response and accurate depiction of what sound actually is. So that's why they're used on acoustics and movies, and they handle noise and stuff a little bit better as far as ambient noise. This, however, is very colored. It's not flat at all. It has boosts in the bass as well as in the high end, which doesn't sound displeasing. They handle it pretty well. The low end's a little bit boomy, which is whatever. But as far as people want to use for application, they're like, oh, I wouldn't use that because of that coloration. So it's not accurate. The other reason is because it is a side address microphone. About 99% of all small diaphragm condensers are end address. That's right through the top here, not the side. In fact, that's why I think they had to put that on the box itself, saying you talking to it on the side. So with that being said, like, those 4 reasons are really why nobody wants it. Doesn't look good on camera. It's a small diaphragm condenser. It's a side address microphone, and it is not a flat frequency response. Those 4 reasons make this microphone not popular among everyone. But is it good or bad? It's actually pretty good. like, so for the $100 price range, I would say you have a lot of options for more you want. So most people, you could stick away from this, but now it's dropped in price since Logitech bought out Blue and they're phasing all these microphones out. You can get this new for about $50 when it goes on sale. Like, when anytime there's like Amazon Day or a big like kind of day like that, dude, this thing dropped to like $42 when I bought it. So for $42, you cannot get a microphone with this good a build quality, with this kind of frequency, this like range of having this nice broadcasty mid, like neutral mid sound. You won't get that with $42 anywhere. Like, I reviewed like the USB, like the fine microphone. Yeah, you could get a cheaper one like that, but this is all plastic construction. And you know, it's, you know, if you like the RGB, it does come with a pop filter, but just the build quality as far as more of a professional level, this and this are on two different playing fields, and they're roughly around similar prices. So with that being said, would I recommend this for 42 to $50? Absolutely. It's something very cool you can use. And I watched a YouTuber make a full entire track using this microphone, even back when it was $100. And, you know, they're even very impressed, having to do a little bit of work with EQ just because of the low end. But other than that, works really great. I would say that this is a microphone that people just have forgotten about, and people look at it and realize no one uses it, none of their idols, so they just disregard it. So if you see one of these, I'd pick it up, work with it. You can do a lot of cool stuff with it. You can mic up a guitar amp. You can use it for singing. You can use it for, you know, even booming overhead. All those applications will work great. This is just another cheap microphone that people forgotten about and nobody wants to buy it. And I think you guys can really profit on it when you see one of these come up for sale. So yeah, that's the video. I hope you guys have any comments or anything. Let me know, and I'm always willing to tell you more about this. And yeah, thanks for watching.